Good morning, everyone. My name is Amit Harari. I'm the CEO of Unitronics. I'm here to talk about the cybersecurity in industrial control systems. A disclaimer, I'm not a cybersecurity technical expert, not at all. But I came to share with you the experience and the point of view of the vendors of the PLCs and to give you some of the insights that we had from the last few years. But before we dive into the main topic, let me briefly introduce Unitronics. We as Unitronics are a global public traded company established 35 years ago. We specialize in developing and selling the automation devices and automation solutions. Few points about us that will help you to understand the context of my presentation. We have today over 1 million installations worldwide. Thanks to the reliability of our products, even the installation done 20 years ago are highly likely to be still operating in the field. Today we manufacture more than 1,000 devices every day used in various industrial sectors, among others food and beverage, green energy, water, wastewater, oil and gas, and many others. We focus on a niche market, small and medium-sized machine builders and system integrators. It is important at this point because I will share with you the specific characteristics of this type of customers. As I mentioned, Unitronics offered the critical and core elements of every machinery. We offer PLCs, HMIs, motion controllers, and just recently we had also our cloud-based platform for remote secure access and BI. Just to make sure that the terminology is clear, PLC stands for Programmable Logic Controller. This is the brain of the machine responsible for the automated process. Okay, it monitors the inputs, make real-time decisions based on pre-programmed logic, and control the outputs. The HMI, the human-machine interface, is the screen or the panel in which the machine operator interacts with the machine or the system. And the motion controllers are the muscles responsible for the precise movement of the machinery components. All of these elements are programmable. We offer one integrative programming studio in which our customers, the machine builders or system integrators, can design and program their logic, the screens, the communication interfaces, and many other elements of the machine. Also, they can define and configure and implement the cybersecurity policies. But it's important to understand, we provide a platform. Our customers leverage this platform to program and develop their own automation machines and needs. Historically, machines or systems were standalone, which means that the PLC was responsible to manage a single process or a single machine independently. But with the rise of Industry 4.0, the standalone machines became interconnected, which means now they need to connect to, it's not moving, sorry, to different machines in our production floor, to SCADA, ERP systems, cloud-based application, and many other external elements. This connectivity brought significant benefits to the market, but it also introduced a new threat: cybersecurity. The same networks that enable seamless data flow and remote management can also be exploited to disrupt the operation of the machine or system, to steal sensitive information, or even can create physical damage to the equipment. So in order to handle this threat, we need to bring protection. And the protection is built from multi-layer solution. You need to combine a device-level policies and security with network and enhancement protection according to the needs of your solution. I give you a few examples of the best practices in each layer. If we talk about the device level, the fundamental element is first of all to make sure that your machine or a system is running with the latest version of the device to ensure that every known vulnerability is already protected. On top of it, the best practices talk about user access control to make sure you limit the amount of people that can reach the PLC or the system. In this, we recommend to use strong passwords and password update policies to put them in place. It's better to limit the memory access by other devices because, as I mentioned, the machine or the system is not anymore standalone. So you need to define which memories are accessible to the other devices and to put privileges of read and write. Physically protect the environment of your system, for example, from removable storage, to ensure that nobody that is not allowed to can interfere locally. And of course, to encrypt the file system and the application to make it harder for others to identify vulnerabilities. In the network layer, network access control, again, use strong passwords, use 2FA, use MFA, protect your assets, okay? Use firewall, VPN to control the traffic, and of course, use data encryption for the critical data that transfer in order to avoid interception. The enhanced protection is enabled by the UniCloud solution or the UniCloud platform. It allows you to frequently back up your critical data, like production data, alarms, recipes, sampling, and to be able to restore it quickly when needed. It also allows you to securely remote connected to your devices, but keep the devices with hidden IPs. So they will not be exposed or are being able to be accessed by anybody else. You can also have access trace log and many other features. All of these recommendations can be implemented and used by our platform. But since using these policies create a conflict with the ease of use of the end customer, for many years we decided, and our approach was, to keep it optional. Empower the machine builder and system integrators to choose the right level of protection that they need, okay? Because putting too much security will cause the people to have more work when they enter to the system and so on. So there is inherent conflict here. And we empowered our customers, the machine builders and system integrators, to choose whatever is right for them for their specific applications. However, although the need for cybersecurity, I think, is very clear, and also most or many of the features and capabilities that I mentioned here, we offer them for free. We saw that the adoption rate among our customers was not as expected. When we try to analyze why it is, we identify a few challenges that impact the adoption rate. First of all, as I mentioned, our products are very reliable and requires minimal maintenance. This means that there are many, many systems in the field running with legacy systems, with products and solutions that were defined even when cybersecurity was not in mind. Okay, and since they don't require maintenance, people are not aware of them, people don't get there, and therefore they are still being exposed. We identify lack of cybersecurity awareness, especially when you talk with SMBs, small, medium-sized system integrators and machine builders. They also lack the knowledge and also the resources to implement these measures. Another thing that we identified, that even their customers lack of the awareness, and since they don't require it from the machine builders or system integrators, people just don't use it. Another element that we identified, because as mentioned, we provide all these capabilities, but it's ultimately the responsibility of the system integrator or the machine builder to utilize it for their needs and to protect their end customers. But what we still see is that there is an issue of accountability in organizations when you talk about cybersecurity. And it's even worse when you talk about SMBs, small, medium-sized customers. Okay? Usually, or in most cases, we don't have access to the end customers. In most of the cases, we don't even know where our customers install their solutions. And that limits our ability to contact directly the end customers to alert them about a risk or precautions that they need to use. And you will see in a few slides why it was very important for us. Last element is that many of the installations are in remote or inaccessible locations, especially when we talk about infrastructure solutions. They are far away in the field or maybe 30, 40 meters in the ground, and that brings another layer of logistical complexity and cost considerations when you talk about upgrading and making sure that your systems are always up to date with the cybersecurity. I want to use to demonstrate the importance of the cybersecurity awareness with the following example or use case. Last year, shortly after 7th of October, there were a few attacks made by Iranian terrorist group targeting systems that use our PLCs. They did a relatively primitive and simple type of attack, and what they did is that they changed the HMI of that machines to the following screen that you can see here. Fortunately, they used a very primitive type of attack. I will explain in a few seconds. And that's why it impacted only few customers out of the million installations, so it's a very small fraction of our customers. However, what we saw is that many of our impacted customers have the same characteristics. And I chose this one, the US municipality water facility case, because I think it was the most popular one out of the few incidents. In that installation, we are talking about legacy model. It worked in the field for over 13 years. It means that when the system integrator installed that solution, at that time, nobody knows even to talk about cybersecurity. To give you the framework, it was before StackNet. Okay? Nobody even knows that something like that is possible. So it's not surprise that in that installation, they didn't put any protection. They use outdated firmware, and more importantly, they use unprotected public internet connection, which means that the PLC was standing exposed in the network. Everyone could reach it and do something like that. That's why I called it a straightforward and a relatively primitive type of attack. Everybody could reach this PLC. Everybody could download with our software a different application to the PLC. They chose to put this in order to create the impact. Even using the basic and fundamental cybersecurity protection could avoid this type of attack. But awareness was not there. So what were the main and the key takeaways for us from these incidents? we decided to adopt a more proactive role in creating and raising the awareness of the cybersecurity for our customers, and doing whatever we can in order to help our customers better protect their customers. For example, we changed the concept or the approach that we had, that I mentioned before, that cybersecurity was voluntary. Not anymore. We force, and it's mandatory, to use the basic cybersecurity policies if you want to use our products. We enforce it on our customers, the system integrators and the machine builders, to use it. We make it accessible to them. They don't need to know anything about cybersecurity. They just need to make sure that they tick the box, they have a strong password policy in place. They tick another box, now they have access control, and so on and so forth. Okay, we make it accessible for them to help their customers. We increase the educational activities that we do through webinars, training, literature, and practical examples of how to use this type of elements. And lastly, this incident helped us to strengthen the collaboration with the cybersecurity authorities in the US, but mainly in Israel. I want to use this opportunity. I think the level of collaboration with the INCD and some of the people that work very hard with us to contain this event and to make the situation go away and also to improve the process are here. It's very rare that you find governmental authority that really wants to help. And this is the case, and I want to express our gratitude to the people here that help us in invaluable support. I want to encourage all of you, leverage the will and the expertise. It's a win-win for everyone. Okay? In conclusion, automation will keep becoming more and more connected. And thus, cybersecurity threats will come as an ongoing process all the time, new threats and new risks. As we see it in Unitronics, our role as vendors of PLCs is to help on the awareness and help our customers to be better protected and to spread the word out there. And we really hope that other vendors will join this path and will help us to educate the market, because that's a really important issue that, especially in our niche, is not getting the right attention. Thank you very much. Do you have time for questions? Or so, as I mentioned here in some of the bullets, these are the policies to ensure that the machine-to-machine is also protected. You need to define which memory operands or parameters you allow to expose to other machines. Provide read and write privileges to make sure that only the right things will be used or exposed. Data encryption. All of these elements give you a better layers. And as I mentioned, I'm not the expert, but if you want to get more information, Yevgeny, can you raise your hand? In the break, our CTO is sitting over here. So that's the best person to ask, okay?
Good morning, thank you. What do you view, or how do you view the manufacturer's responsibility in notifying the existing customer base of new trends in cybersecurity? So, for example, this PLC described probably no way to upgrade it for current environment.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But other than selling them new equipment, what do you feel your responsibility is to clients, advising them of threats that are, as they develop?
Okay, first of all, your basic assumption is wrong. Even those PLCs that were running in the field for 13 years can be upgraded using the latest firmware. So they could be protected, and Unitronics offer as a service all the upgrades for free, okay, as part of our philosophy. So yes, I think that especially this incident taught us that we must be more active and have more proactive role in the educational of the market. That's why we, as I mentioned, increase the activities of education. We engage and interact with the customers. Whenever we see there is a new release, we send them the cybersecurity notice so they will know about it. But there are challenges. We can reach only our customers, not the end customers where the installation are there. So we need to convince our customers that they need also to take proactive actions. And that's currently, I think, the main challenge. And that's where we are focused.
You remember about 25 years ago, a distributor of soft drink, of soda, found a phone bill with a very high increase. And when they investigated, they found out that the Coke machine had registered that it was low on soda and was calling in the warehouse repeatedly, hundreds of times overnight. They asked him to refill the machine for them. Do you feel that your equipment should be independent of your vendors and that you should that your equipment should directly communicate with you as to what's going on?
I think this is a very delicate question because we provide the platform. The ownership of the IP of the machine is with the machine builders and system integrators. It's not ours. We give you the platform, we give you the tools, it's your solution.
Thank you very much.
Sorry for that. If you want to ask afterwards, we are here.